Hello, welcome back to the AI Day Trader bot series. This is episode 3, where we create a automatic trading bot that will do daily trades based on recommendations from ChatGPT. This is just an experiment and there's no expectation of financial gain here, and this is definitely not financial advice, but hopefully we'll learn something along the way and have some fun with ChatGPT and find out how it analyzes data. We're using the code interpreter plugin in ChatGPT to analyze market data and then outputting investments or an investment portfolio, which I then create and buy the various tokens. This is hopefully going to be an automated process, but right now it's very manual. I'm just testing out different data sources, different scripts for automating certain parts of it, and each day we're going to improve the system. So this is the portfolio as it is. As you can see, it's gone down 2.41% in the last 24 hours, currently sitting at around $117. The update from yesterday is the prompt changes I made to the ChatGPT prompt were not necessarily an improvement. I tried to get it to take the current holdings into account. So I tried to get it to analyze the existing wallet and then give me trades, buy or sell orders based on the predictions and also based on the current holdings. But in fact, what happened was it got a bit confused. It decided not to sell anything, and then the tokens it was trying to invest in, there was nothing left to invest in. And as I suspected at the beginning of the video, the outcome was it wasn't a good idea to try and get ChatGPT to calculate the splits and the actual amounts and the buy and sell orders. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave all of that outside of the ChatGPT bit. The ChatGPT is just going to analyze the data and give me recommendations based on that data. And the actual portfolio splits and amounts I will leave to a script that I'll write. So I'll put the data into ChatGPT. ChatGPT will give me a portfolio with percentages, and then I'll feed that information into a script which will automate the buying and selling. So that's the update from yesterday. Also, I was trying to get ChatGPT to leave some Matic aside. We're doing this on Polygon. Leave some Matic aside for gas, but it got confused, and that's not a good idea either. I don't think. I'll handle all of that outside of ChatGPT. So that's the improvement from yesterday. I'll show you the prompt. This is the wallet as it is. Ignore these ones. These are all spam tokens, but yesterday's recommendations, 2 of them anyway, were Beefy Finance and Boson token, and they've basically cancelled each other out. Polygon has gone down, Matic has gone down slightly in the last 24 hours, hence the dip. But we're going to continue and see what happens today. The main change today is actually the input data. I was struggling with finding reliable formatted Polygon data for the market, and actually what I found is this. It's a hosted graph API, and it's for the Uniswap version 3 Polygon, just on the Polygon network. There is another graph for the main version 3 of Uniswap, but that is Ethereum, and it doesn't seem to be possible to filter that on Polygon, but this one seems to work quite well. I built this query which basically looks at the liquidity pool daily snapshot. It takes the first 200 ordered by daily volume, so we're looking at the liquidity pools on Uniswap Polygon which have the highest daily volume, and I'm filtering on today's data, and then I'm pulling loads of stuff. You can actually get quite a lot of useful data from this graph. You can get data about the pool, so the name, total value locked, the number of positions, which should hopefully give us some order book data, and the tokens themselves, and also things like daily volume, daily swap count, daily deposit count, and revenue. So this is actually a lot more data than we were getting before, and hopefully this will improve ChatGPT's recommendations. Let's see. The next thing to mention is the prompts. So now we're ignoring the current wallet holdings. We're just giving ChatGPT access to the data I just showed you in JSON format, and We're sticking with the same introduction. It's like it's a role play. You are an expert crypto market analyst, asking ChatGPT to pick the best coins to invest in over a 24-hour period. Just a reminder, we're going to be running this every day automatically, is the goal. So this is going to be buying these tokens on a daily basis based on the market data. I said I gave a little bit of an introduction as to the new data, so hopefully that helps. And then we've spoken about this before. I've given it 8 categories to look for: trading volume, price momentum, volatility, order book depth, market sentiment, technical analysis, token correlations, risk management. There's more data now, but we're still missing some market sentiment, so it might have to find a proxy, or I don't know, try and infer that somehow, but we'll see what happens. I've asked it to talk through the process and provide graphs just to illustrate the decision-making process, and hopefully that actually improves the decision-making process as well. And then the output now is going to be an array of tokens. So instead of buy and sell orders like yesterday, I'm asking it to just give me a complete portfolio and split it up into percentages and give me the token symbol and token contract address, all of which is available in the data, in the input data, and hopefully it will add up to 100%. We'll see. I know that ChatGPT is not good at addition, but hopefully we'll get something. If it doesn't add up to 100%, it's not the end of the world. I can just take the weightings and convert them afterwards. So I'm going to speed up this process. We'll run ChatGPT and talk about it afterwards. All right, we got there. So a few things happened. Let's just go from the top. It understood and seemed to ingest the data relatively easily. It had to first drill down into the data a bit more. It was trying to look at it at too much of a higher level. But we got there, and it actually picked apart all of the data pretty good. One thing that is obviously missing is historic pricing data, which I think we can get from the Polygon graph, but I'll have to experiment a little bit more with that tomorrow. But I think we can probably rank the top 200 liquidity pools and then provide a little bit of historic data, pricing data for each of those trading pairs. But we'll have to try that tomorrow. It then tried to equate each of these metrics with the 8 things that I had set out as key things to think about. And it mostly did that. Obviously there's no market sentiment, like I said, and for some reason this time it shied away a little bit from any technical analysis. I'll show you later. It just seems to say this seems too complicated, so I'm not going to do that. Maybe it's having a bad day. But then it produced some charts like before. Obviously the top liquidity pools are going to be the stable coins. We've learned that already. And these are the top 20 by liquidity. Kind of interesting, not that helpful, but hopefully helps with the thought process. And then it says the next steps. It's going to analyze some price momentum, which it has done. It's obviously difficult to get price momentum without historic data, so that's hopefully going to be improved in the next run. And then it tried to calculate volatility. I'm not sure what happened there, but obviously there are no numbers in that graph. And then it summarized, it looked into order book depth, which is the first time we've been able to get this. In previous videos, I've not been able to have an idea of order book depth, so this will hopefully help. It was looking at the daily swap counts as a proxy for order book depth. And yeah, and then it kind of said it's too complicated to do the rest of it. The remaining factors are either not directly available in the dataset or require complex calculations. But I told it to continue, so. And then it created a score based on the metrics. I don't know what the formula was there, but it ranked them for the top 10. And it tried to give me a portfolio, but as you can see, we've got token symbol wrapped, the contract address isn't there, and most of these seem to be stable coins. So I told it where to find the inputs in contract address, and also how to find the symbol. I have to improve the prompts for tomorrow so they can pull this better. And then it did another calculation, and it just gave me loads of the same. So obviously duplicates is the problem. I think it was probably looking at the trading pairs and thinking that, or picking the wrong side of the trading pair. I don't know. But I told it that that was not the way forward, and it seems to have listened. And now this is the final portfolio. WETH is at 55%, wrapped Bitcoin is 13%, PAR, I don't know what that is, Link is 6%, and we've got a few more here. So this looks like a relatively sensible investment. So I'll go through and I will calculate the actual investment from that and manually do this for the portfolio, and then we'll see how that does, and we'll rinse and repeat tomorrow. As always, thanks for watching, and if you have any ideas, please let me know. See you tomorrow.